California state officials are preparing for a fight over whether to label the popular pain reliever acetaminophen as a carcinogen. I'm pretty certain that unless you know you're allergic to it, everyone in this room and watching at home has maybe taken it at some point.
Of course.
Should we be worried about it? What does this all mean? So in California, Prop 65 requires warning labels on any product that contains ingredients known to cause cancer. 900 chemicals are on that list. Here's where things get interesting. Because I spend time out in California now, I go into a coffee shop and it says, hey, warning. Pretty much it's like, this place could be carcinogenic because coffee is considered carcinogenic in this state. So to me, I read this headline and I think, okay, acetaminophen, look, we know in high doses can be toxic to the liver. We know that anything in high doses can be toxic to you. But I worry if you start reaching too far here and you start labeling everything in this state as carcinogenic, it's like the boy who cried wolf. I don't know what the real threat is anymore.
Right.
I can't go get my coffee, which quite frankly I believe is a benefit to my health. I can't, you know, I'm in a little bit of pain. I want to try an over the counter. I can't do that. That's going to cause cancer. How do I know what to believe when you start labeling everything?
Well, and they're basing it on studies, and most of these studies involved mice and feeding them so much acetaminophen that you'd blow up with that much acetaminophen. So, I mean, should we be giving those studies that much credence?
And the ones that have involved humans at best are more correlational because it's just too hard to really look at the long-term effects of one medication when there's also other supplements, vitamins, and medications, prescription and non-prescription in the mix all the time, plus environmental factors, plus genetic factors. So there's a lot. And you know, to Dr. Travis's point of if you start putting this warning up everywhere, people really do tune out. We know that in psychology research. We know that when people get too much of sort of like a fear-mongering sort of agenda, they just stop paying attention to it. It's almost like it's not even there. So before we slap that label on all Tylenol and other associated acetaminophen bottles, we got to think really clearly about
what
it.
That this state is heading in that direction. I mean, so many warnings on everything.
Look, be completely honest with you. This state's crazy. I mean that. And there's a lot about this state to like.
That's a good quote right there.
But some of the stuff I just don't get. It's not like it's as simple as, well, you slap this label on acetaminophen and then everyone's thinking, well, that causes cancer, so I'm gonna try this other one. Well, the other one may have just as many side effects. And so it creates this quandary and it may force even the marketplace to move towards products that may be less safe, less well-studied, and that's why you need to be very careful. I went off on this when it came out on coffee because I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Coffee is the #1 source of antioxidants in the American diet. And so you start throwing on labels like this can cause cancer. Well, here's the other thing. When I woke up this morning and walked outside, that can cause cancer.
Right.
Because the sun can cause cancer, right? But without the sun, we're dead. So we got to be very careful. Let's use common sense. And look, if more studies come out and we can definitively show that something is truly dangerous, carcinogenic, I'm all for this.
Right.
But
feels like an overreach at this point.
It does.
I've literally not even paid attention to any of those signs. I mean, case in point, I get coffee every morning. It's literally
the only thing. Because you don't listen to the boy crying wolf. That's why. So,
I've literally just got
we're going to have a list
blinders
on our website of all of the chemicals that are currently on this list, and we'll certainly continue these conversations, but just use common sense.